We're Claire, Neil, Lily and Pippin, and we decided to sell our home and go full-time van life, leaving the UK in search of sun, sea and adventure, with the hopes of eventually finding a place we'd like to call home. So we're leaving the bills and heading for the hills. First stop, Europe.
All right, I'm ready. So on the outside, we've got Van Guardian. We've got 6 of these dotted around the motorhome. So even if a pube brushes up against this, it sets it off. They're super, super sensitive alarms. We've got Thule steps. These are electric. Talking about Thule, we've got a 4-meter awning that we upgraded. We've then got electric hookup, gas gubbins for the refrigerator, gas gubbins for heating, I think. Don't actually know what this vent does. I think that's just an extraction vent of some sort. And then this one, this is the big garage door. And on this side, we've got bike rack, Thule again. This is a 3-way bike rack, so you can get another one on the back. The bikes are Trek 2026 FX models to get us around. And then on this side, we've got the other garage door, slightly smaller in diameter. We've got our gas bottles in here. That's water. So here's the bit that everyone dreads. In here lives the toilet. Now, look at these animals. Squirrel, dog, horse. Lovely, but they've got no thumbs. This is what separates us from the animals. In here is what keeps us civilized. Civilized. Right, so to empty the toilet, it's a bit like arming a nuclear warhead. So insert key, right? And then what you have to do, get the old thumbs, synchronize. There we go. Toilet time. And like I say, it's not that bad. Oh, God. Oh, shit stinks. Oh, I hate this job. So here's one of the first things you need to buy for your motorhome, especially if it's one with the long mirrors. Any kind of mirror cover. I think it was less than 100 miles before this side was smashed up. So this covers a big secret. There was a bit of plastic missing. But these Malenko ones have been really good. They are quite expensive for what they are, though. They're about 120 quid for a pair. And I'll probably need 3 of them. And here's one bit that we're really, really embarrassed about. Oh. I know what you're thinking. How fast is a motorhome? No. Well, we're gonna find out anyways. Go. Let's see. Is it faster than a Bugatti Veyron from 0 to 60? It's 40. 44. Fuck. Gee, oh God. I'm gonna slow down in time. Oh. Sorry, Lily. Come in. Make yourself warm and comfortable. All right. Well, welcome to our van. Why don't we start here? I think this is probably all too familiar. This is where we have done all of our videos up until now. So it's like our studio, our dining area, our entertainment area. And you can seat 4 really comfortably. So this is the area that makes it a 6-berth. So we've got 4 seat belts, 2 on each side. And the best bit is this. So this table drops to about here, and you plonk a little mattress there, and then you can just lounge out. And quite often what we do is we have our projector screen up here, and we can just watch movies, consume too much popcorn and chocolate. So this is our little lounge out area. Underneath here, underneath the storage, we've also got spotlights. So these are kind of like the ones you'd find on an airplane. And then we've got 2 USB sockets up there as well.
So above the seating area, we've got 2 overhead lockers. And in here is my clothes and this one, Neil's clothes. So we've both got one of these. Don't know what it's called, but it's from Aldi. And we keep trousers in this side, or jumpers, and then across the top as well. And then we've got these packing cubes from Amazon, which can fit a hell of a lot in. We've both got them. And then hats, compact towel, bag, and then the same for Neil.
So question is, whose is cleaner?
Mine is definitely prettier. And then above these, we've got these little baskets, so everything can kind of look a little bit more tidy than what it actually is. This one's got all of our wires, cables, chargers in. This one has Lily's jigsaws, puzzles, games. We've emptied them all out and put them in these little bags so we can fit a lot more in there. And this is our clever way to get to them. And this one keeps all of her art and crafty bits, workbooks, flashcards, scrapbooks, all that kind of things. And we've got all them in these handy little cases to try and keep it all organised too. And then here we've got a few books.
That's our library.
That we've never actually read because we don't have time. So up here we've got just a few homely bits just to make it look a little bit better. This houses some of Pippi's balls and torches. Got keys and things we need easy. And then here we have outdoor fairy lights and clothesline and pegs. And then this is our control panel for things that you know more about than me.
Well, yeah, but we'll see. So this top bit, that's solar. So at the minute, you've got, it shows you that we're plugged in. So usually when we're not, that light is off and this green one remains on. So we've got solar here. We don't think we've ever seen that dip below this sort of yellow mark. Water, we are seriously low on water. And grey at the bottom is completely full. So you can see we're well prepared for this video. And I just want to say one more thing. This box here, I feel that every house has a box like this, where your keys goes, your inhaler goes, your wallet goes, your odds and sods. If we lose anything, that's the first place we look, because it's usually in there.
Yeah. And this cable normally is out of here, and that is for our Starlink, our internet. So it sits on top of the van if it's a nice day, or if we're driving we have a little mount that can hold it up there. We'll insert that there, and that just runs down here and plugs in here, leading on to these things, which again is you.
Yes, now for the Starlink, I did want to mention that we pay £96 per month, which is quite expensive, but we have a Starlink Mini and that allows us to drive around. So it's a roaming package where we can use the internet as well. It's fully unlimited, which is why we mount it on top of that window and stuff. It's why our vlogs are always so timely. So this little control panel here. So as standard, you get this. So this, I think, controls our boiler. Simple on and off switch. And this is a Truma Combi 6 control panel. So at the top, you have the boiler settings. So you've got scalding or mild burns off. And then this is the heating. And depending on where you are, this will be, again, mild burns or like a sweat box.
No, that one's so it can run without water. So if we've got no water in the system, we can still have our heating on. And that is water and heating.
You've made me look like a right uneducated brat.
Yeah.
And then Vanguardian. So this is the control panel for that. There's one here and there's one somewhere else. I won't tell you where, because it could be Crims watching. So at the top is where you arm it. Bottom is where you unlock it. That is the panic alarm, and then the bottom button tells you how to pair it. And if I press the panic alarm, here we go. It's a brilliant system though, really, really good. We have that hooked up to our keys as well.
This is our lovely little kitchen. We've got a really deep workspace, so we've got plenty of room. We've got a cover on top of our sink, so we've got that little bit extra room as well. Scalding hot taps and a 2-ring burner. Cuteness. This little rail that comes in handy for pretty things. And in here, our huge above head cupboard.
Look at all that healthy food.
We've got mixing bowls, storage bowls in there, Billy's plate, crockery, cups and glasses. This just gets rammed in there too. Pots and pans, and these are really handy because the handles come off so they can all slot in together. We've got our best purchase ever, our little toasty maker, kettle, hot chocolate supplies, and our
It usually doesn't sound that clangy when we're driving about because
we've got these little handy things that we shove in all the crooks.
yeah, they're super useful.
Right, across here we've got treats, salt, pepper, healthier treats, medicines, tea, coffee. I think that is cake supplies. Then all of our packets of crisps and cereals, chocolates, breads and honeys are all up here. And you can fit quite a bit in there, really, can't you?
Yeah, and once we've eaten all of this and we're full, we then have this digestive thing to have it all come out.
Lovely. And then under here, built-in cutlery drawer, and that is just our drying mat for when we wash the dishes. We've got this cupboard with all of our dry food in, and it goes really far back.
Yeah, if you saw our earlier vlog, you would have known the incident with the soy sauce. This is where it originated from.
So it goes right back, and we've got tins and stuff in that one, seasonings and then pastas in that one, and then the bottom one we've got all of our potatoes, onions and bread in little bags. And then across to here, cleaning stuff, tea towels. So we've got these little boxes, and we've got 2 more at the back as well. So it originally had a bin attached to here, but it was a pathetic little bin. So we went and got this handy one from IKEA, which fits perfectly. And then we've got Pippi's dog foods in these little IKEA bins, and then just bigger cleaning stuff and dustpan and brush down there. And again, it goes behind all this stuff. So we've got bags with Pippin's like drying towel and raincoat right at the back of that if we ever need it. Now this cupboard.
Please don't judge.
This is a cupboard that really needs a tidy. This is an odds and sods cupboard. We've got our oven down here, which we just pull out, hook up in. This is an Our Place oven, and it is an air fryer, toaster, grill, oven, all in one. Amazing little thing. We've got random kitchen bits up here. Some more of Lily's crafty bits here. Electricals, our projectors at the back in a little box. Whiskey and gym stuff. And these lovely little holders to keep these on. So that's that one done.
So we've got 2 USBs there, and then the 5 3-pins. We've got one underneath this table. We have one underneath here. Then we've got one underneath this cabinet, which has got the Starlink in at the moment. We have one in the bathroom for my electric shaver or the Hoover to be hooked up. And then we have one in the garage as well. And that powers the lights for Lily's room.
So to finish off our kitchen, we've got a big fridge freezer. So this is a properly separated one. We've got a big fridge here, a little bit messy, but you can cram a lot in. And then an actual separated freezer, because normally they just have a pathetic little thing inside the fridge, but this is fully separate. And it's actually huge for a motorhome, isn't it? We've had smaller fridges in apartments we've lived in.
Yeah, it allows us to do a proper shop. And this is a Thetford fridge. It runs off gas, then off the leisure battery. That's it, the hookup.
Yeah. And then below our fridge is this small but very deceiving little cupboard. And this is our drink storage cupboard. So you can comfortably fit a 6-pack of this size water bottle in, as well as a load of cans, and we are almond milk drinkers. You can fit a lot of that in there too. I think you'd probably be able to fit at least 3 packets of 6 bottles of water in there quite comfortably. Yeah. So it comes in very handy.
And it keeps it nice and cool as well while it's down there. There's quite often times when we get up every morning, we're like, oh no, we forgot to put a can of Monster away.
Yeah.
Go under there and it's always cold.
Above the fridge, again, a very deceiving little cupboard because it runs right the way back. A little bit messy, but this keeps hair stuff, nail varnish, Lily's hair stuff, straighteners, dryers, random odds and sods again. But yeah, very handy. Then down here we have our little electric oil-filled radiator, which is very handy in the cold mornings and nights when we're on site, and you can have it hooked up all night long and not be worried about it. So across from the kitchen area we have the bathroom.
Oh, hi. Wasn't expecting you.
So this is our bathroom. We've got a completely separated shower, which was really important to us when we were looking. So we didn't want to get everything all wet. It's a really big one.
I can stand up in there and I'm 6'1".
Yeah. Got proper door. And when it's not in use, we keep our laundry basket in here. Sink, tap. We added this to keep our electric toothbrushes on. We've got light switch there. This really long cupboard here, which can cram quite a lot in. And we've got more storage underneath the sink. Our chemical toilet roll holder. This is where we normally keep spare toilet rolls. And then we've got this handy little shelf up here to keep our spare towels and more odds and ends and some free little plants to make it more homely. There is a heating blower in here as well, so it gets really toasty and it's actually really enjoyable to have a shower in here. And a handy little extra dryer too. So this is our corridor. or what we class as a corridor. Bathroom there, fridges are there. We've got a full, well, kind of full length mirror here with lots of coat hooks. Normally these are rammed. And then on this side, we've got Lily's advent calendar, which is looking a bit empty because the naughty elf is only bringing them daily because she's been a little bugger. So in here is the wardrobe, which is where Lily keeps all of her clothes. So we've got this little thing in the bottom which just keeps random bits. And then we've got her quick dry towel hanging up there. Same kind of packing cubes all the way down that has pyjamas, socks, knickers there. And then this handy little set of drawers, which was from B&M. Trousers, tops, jumpers. You can fit quite a bit in each one of them. And then across the top is just the rest of her clothes hanging up. We've got some more coat hooks for jackets. And then these handy little things, we added them ourselves. They're just from Amazon. You just charge them up and then they come on and off when you open the door, because otherwise it can get quite dark in there.
Right, well, I am old and not very flexible. So in here lives our boiler. It's a Truma boiler, Combi 6. I'll be honest, I don't know much about it. It's all very neat in there. There's one thing that we have to do when the time comes, and it's this valve here, which is I think it's a freeze valve it's called, something like that. But this basically just dumps a load of water for us. So if we're ever stopping and leaving the van for a month or two in winter times, you just let all the water go there. But again, this is probably the only use of space that isn't the most efficient, because it just houses a boiler and there's a load of gaps in there. But it's really quite deep. If I put my arm in here, that's, yeah, Jesus. Well, I don't know how big that is. That's what, maybe a meter in terms of depth.
You know what they say about big arms?
Big sleeves. So in terms of heating, there's obviously no radiators in here. All the heating pumps out of these. How do I show this? These holes here. So these are dotted around the motorhome. So we've obviously got one here. There's one further along.
And then one under there.
Down here. There's one under here.
And then there is one that blows up into our bed as well.
Yeah. And so far, it's been really toasty. We've experienced ambient temperatures of around 5 degrees. And so it's been cold, but we can put this on and then within a minute or two, the chill has gone off the air.
So what about when it's too hot?
I'm glad you asked. Look at that, perfect positioning. So this is a Truma Aventa AC unit. So this is not standard. It gets plumbed in by the good folk at Truma. Price-wise, I think it was about £2,500, something like that. Now, this can only be operated when we are on electric hookup. It does use a lot of power, but this does cold and hot. There are some lights that run across here, which I think look pretty cool. In terms of effectiveness, I think it's awesome. Both heat and cold. The only thing to be wary of is it is a little bit loud. I don't know how loud in terms of decibels, but you know, it's not going to stop you from sleeping, but it's it's not super quiet. But I think if you're going to tour around Europe, it's a must-have.
Behind me is probably the reason why we chose this van in the first place. So we knew we wanted to have bunk beds for Lily, even though we've only got one. We wanted to change the bottom to give her a little bit extra space, because she's gone from having her own room and a playroom and a whole house to run around to our little van. And although we want to spend as much as we can outside, there is going to be days when it's rainy, or I just need to get the dinner on and she needs to be entertained. So we wanted to give her her own space up here and her own space down here. So we got rid of the bed on the bottom and replaced it with a plywood sheet, I think it is. Covered it all over and it turned into a lovely little playroom for her. Took the bed away and covered it with a plywood sheet. It's got this lovely little leather finish on it. Nice little rug. So we did plan on boarding these bits out, but we didn't actually get around to it, and it's actually been all right in here. It's not been cold. Got a lovely little seating area here. Her book storage, because she has a lot. And then earlier we mentioned that there was a plug socket in the garage below here. So that is what is powering these little LED lights all the way around that go up into her room as well, and she can control them via this change. So they can flash or she can change colour. She said she wanted a mermaid themed room, so we've got all these little mermaid wall decals added. We've added this little macrame shelf where she could add books, extra toys, lots of little fairy lights, pictures of her family and friends around. She's even got space for a little doll's house, a dressing up bit, and this beautiful big toy box. And in here it is surprising how much toys she can actually fit. So we've gone for all these little plastic zip up cases to store all of her different toys in, or these little bags, and you can fit so much in. The top bunk is her bedroom. Lovely fleecy sheets, duvet, extra blankets, and then mermaid themed again throughout. This shelf came as standard up here, but we did add this little scallop trim along just for extra cuteness. Some more pictures of friends and family up here. Got our own little nightlight there. We added this so she can put her headphones there for her Tony box. More pictures. This cute little thing is her shell collection from all the beaches we've been to. More little prints, and then some of her favourite books. This book over here is from our favourite YouTube family, Fly in the Nest. Our Home on Wheels, which was a perfect little book to prepare us for our life on wheels. So at the bottom of her bed, this used to be a little baby cot for her little babies. So we've took the legs off and it fits perfectly at the bottom of here to keep all of the million teddies she has, and this one too. These are super long beds, much bigger than a standard single, so it's not actually taking any room off the length. Still plenty of space for her to grow, and she gets to keep all of her teddies. Probably way too many. And then she's got a little skylight up here too, which she likes to poke her head out.
So this is where we sleep. So this is the sleeping accommodation for me and Claire. This is where I suppose the overcab, or that overbite, that bit of the motorhome pays dividends, because it's huge up here. I think the mattress is a king size. This folds up. It's on hydraulic legs, so it folds. I won't do it all the way, but it folds up to about here. So you get a load more space in the cab, and you can fit 3, 4 adults if you're into orgies up there. And for us, this is where the magic happens. So when we're parked up, we do a little bit of a reshuffle. So Pippin's bowl goes under here. We have our EcoFlow, which helps us be off grid for longer. That's down here, along with like our camera bags. And then Lily's car seat goes there. And then sort of any odds and sorts, things like backpacks, my jacket will live here. One of the upgrades that we got to the motorhome was this, the swivelly old captain's chair. I don't know what the actual term is, but it swivels. And it is probably one of the best upgrades we've got. It was about £400. And another upgrade, which you wouldn't be able to see, is under here. And that's the leisure battery. That has now been uprated to a lithium ion battery as well, which we can control via an app and stuff. It's got kilowatts and stuff that I don't understand. You can turn it off and on. The other thing we have is the ladder. So that connects up to these 2 prongs up there, so we can zip up. And on this side, we've got the stairs. So these operate up or down. This is the outside light, and this is the big light, which is up there. Ah, and the shoe cupboard, which lives here. Now this is, it's like a bottomless pit. It's a bit like Pandora's box. So everything operates by these little push buttons, and there you go. There is probably, I don't know, 50 pairs of shoes in there, 5 of which are mine. So to help us go off grid, we're using one of these. It's an EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. So this has a total output of 2,400 watts, but it's got a proprietary technology called X something or another. What that allows you to do is boost that output up to 3,100 watts. So what that means is you can have an air fryer on, blow dry your hair, charge your laptop and your phone, and it will be absolutely fine. This is probably one of the best things we bought for the van. So this is then teamed up with 2 solar panels. They are Victron solar panels with a Bluetooth interface. Each one is 185 watts, and that has kept us going off-grid for ages. We've never ran that solar panel down or solar power down. So between this and the sun, we're good to be off-grid. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. So you can charge this up by the cigarette lighter, or there is a proper 3-pin plug, but also it comes with a solar panel as well, which we've used once or twice. It does take a little bit of time to charge it right to the top, but if you plug this... She just farted. Okay. Don't record these bits. Okay. All right. First run, okay? And the snow's on the Christmas. Oh, it's Christmas time, pretty baby. And there's snow on the ground. Damn Grinch looking mother. Okay, so vehicle dimensions, and I'm going to do my best impression of cabin crew here. So we're 6.6 meters long, we are 2.3 meters wide, and we are 3.14 meters tall. The exit is here, and there's 2 exits in front. Now we are homologated as a 6-seater, so we've got 2 seats up front and 4. We've got 4 seats here with seat belts. Let's do the Grinch walk.